Hey everybody, welcome back to our happy place. If you've been here before and if you're new, welcome. Come on in, take a seat, and let's get ready to learn something. My name is C. I'm the owner of ClM Custom Designs. You can find me on Etsy, and my channel is about all things crafting. So this morning I have some orders that I need to get out. I thought I'd take you along for the ride. They are some custom coasters, so let's get started. For my sublimation projects, and that's what I'm using this morning, I use Silhouette Studio. So I've opened the program here and it just opens up to a blank page. And I'm using the new mic this morning, guys, because I have some trouble sometimes with my sound. So hopefully I'm not too loud, but I am super clear. But anyway, I've opened the page. I'm going to go to File and actually, no, I'm not going to do it. The first thing I am going to do is kind of minimize that because I need to go into the intranet and pick a background color for the coasters. And I am just going to choose, because she wanted beige, so I am just going to type in beige wallpaper. Drag this over to my other screen. So I'm just typing in beige wallpaper. I'm just clicking on image, and I am just looking for something beige that will match her color scheme, that I think will have some nice texture. She wasn't super picky. She kind of let me use my own discretion. So let's see. This looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to right click on here and I'm going to say copy image. And then I am going to close that. I'm going to come over to Silhouette Studio again. I'm going to right click and hit paste. And it's just going to bring that picture in for me. For my coasters, their size is a 4x4. So I'm going to do it a little smaller to make sure that I get everything in. So I will do it 3x9 typically works. It's perfectly square, so we can do that on all sides. Okay, then she wants her initial on there, which is a G. So I'm going to go over here to the A and click here, and I'm just going to type a capital G. Now I need to find a font because she wants kind of fancy. So let's see, not that. What I want to use. Ah, that looks good right there. As you can see, when you type, it comes out in an outline. So I want to fill that in. Her contrasting color is a burgundy. So I'm going to choose the burgundy to fill that in. And there you go. There is a capital G. I need to center that. So let's see how big we need to have that. What looks good. There's no exact measurement. I just kind of play around with it to kind of see what will look good in the center, how big I want it. In order to really tell, I'm going to highlight all of these and I'm going to center this so I can see. That kind of looks good to me. So now what I'm going to do is highlight them both and I'm going to group them together. Objects, group. And so now I can move it as one, whereas before you saw the G moving separately from the background color. And I'm doing a set of 4 coasters, and so I am going to duplicate this 3 more times so they can all print at one time, because I need to do it one more time. Okay, so now I have 4. So I'm doing this. Also, she wanted a set of coasters with her sister's picture on it. I've already printed that out. And so I just need to print this for posting. Once I print it all out. I will be back. And back, it is printed out. When you do sublimation, you have to print it out mirrored or backwards so that when you press it, I don't know if you can see, like kind of sort of from the inside, then it'll come out the right way. So my design is printed. I am getting ready to cut out my 4 squares. And then what I have to do is tape them on to the coasters. Now, when you get these coasters, I got these, I want to say from, I might have got these from JP Plastic, or this could have been the batch that I ordered from Alibaba. But when they come, they have a plastic film over it. So it's very important to get that off, because if you try to press on it, you will have a mess of melted plastic. So you just kind of got to get some type of tool, but you have to be careful so you don't scratch it. Just lift it up enough that will allow you to grab it. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but patience is one thing I've had to learn throughout my crafting journey, is patience, because I don't have a lot of it, but this requires quite a bit of it. So if you enter into this, you will definitely come to develop some. So anyway, now you can see that plastic is peeling off. You just keep peeling it, and just make sure though that you got every bit off, because it will appear that it's off and it might be like a little corner stuck on there. So you really, really want to make sure that everything is off. Then also the thing with sublimation is that it will pick up any little bits of lint. So you really have to make sure that you clean your surface. So I have a microfiber towel, and I just always give it a good, once over, just to make sure that I have, any lint, dust particles. If it was a garment or some type of fabric, I would actually take a lint roller and roll it. But for something that's hard surface like this, I just take my microfiber cloth. Now I have my design. I'm going to put it on there. Make sure that the coaster is in the center of the design. And then I'm going to take my heat tape, and I'm just going to put a little piece on each side. This will prevent the paper from moving, because you don't want it to move while it's pressing, because you'll have like a little ghosting or like a little shadow, which you don't want. So just tape it on either side, but you have to make sure you use a heat resistant tape that can withstand the degrees, which I don't think I've shared with you. But anytime you sublimate, typically, now each heat press is different, but it's typically around 400 for 60 seconds. It can vary, like maybe some heat presses are hotter than others, so then you may want to go, instead of 400, maybe 350, and then you back down. You might increase your seconds. So you have to kind of play around with your machine to find out what your settings are going to be. But a good place to start would be 400 for 60 seconds. Something else is that will help you out is typically when you buy a sublimation product, it will kind of tell you what the temperature is or what you should be using it on. So that also is very, very helpful when it comes to this, to see what the people who produced it recommend and kind of go with that as well. At least a starting point. Okay. I got one more to go, and then we can head on over to the heat press. So I will meet you over there. Okay, I already have my heat press heated up. Have my Teflon sheet on here. I've said in previous videos that you always want to have a barrier. You never want to press directly onto anything. Always have a barrier, and especially when you are dealing with sublimation, because you will need something called a blowout paper, because what happens is when you press it, that heat or the ink will come through the paper, and it will get on anything that it comes into contact with. So when you're pressing these, you definitely want to make sure that you have some type of blowout sheet, because if it gets on your heat press, the next thing you press is going to have that image in. So I always put something down on the bottom, because as you can see, there's a little overlap, so any of that ink I don't want to get on my press as well. So I will line the bottom of my press as well as the top of my press, so that when I press it, I don't get any blowback. Be the blowout paper for the top. And all I'm using for my blowout paper is butcher paper. Came on a big roll that I got from Sam's Club. All right, let's press this for 60 seconds. The pressure should be medium to firm. This will beep when it's finished. And then we will be good to go. Okay, we are beeping. We are ready to go. These are going to be extremely hot. It's also going to have a smell to it, because sublimation does emit some gases. So it will have a little bit of smell. Real sensitive to stuff, I would say do it in a well-lit area. But for me, it's not so bad. All right, it is hot, but again, do as I say, not as I do. Get a glove, because it will be hot, hot, hot. Let's peel away. Oh. That came out pretty nice. There you go. So that is her coaster. However, let me show you something. I knew it looked a little weird, but I'm going to show you why in just a second. Remember when I said take off the plastic film? I forgot to take it off of that one. So you can see the difference. See how dull that looks? And look how nice and bright that one is. So you can see the difference. Yeah, so that's what happens. And you can also feel the difference with the plastic cover. You can see as I peel on that plastic cover. See? Let me make the mistake so you don't have to. This is real life crafting. Doesn't always work out perfectly, but I will have to print another one. But yeah, you could see hopefully where I left the plastic coating on. So yeah, that's why you want to double check. Let's unveil the other one. The colors looks good, right? Yep, very good. So have a set of 4 of each. I will have to redo the other G. But yeah, other than that, that is how you make coasters. Let's kind of recap quickly. So these were sublimation coasters. So you need to purchase the sublimation coasters. You need to have sublimation paper to print on, sublimation ink, and obviously your photo or your design that you're going to use. But yeah, and how much of a unique gift that could be, customized coasters. So please hit that like bell. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos that drop. I do drop new content every Monday at 4:30. And please share this video with someone else you think can benefit from what I am doing. So until we meet again, bye-bye, be safe. Let's kind of